We have now just seated the Jodi Arias retrial jury. In an amazing group, really. 6 men, 12 women. Most of the women are young and white. In fact, this whole jury is generally young and generally white. I don't know what a predominantly young white female jury is going to do. I can tell you Travis was a very attractive young man, and that many women might be siding with him. The other thing that concerns me is the difference between young people usually not wanting to impose the death penalty. However, on the other hand, this jury may have nothing else to do but impose the death penalty. After all, if they feel for Travis, if they've listened to the evidence and how he was butchered, they don't have a crime to find a conviction of. The only thing they're charged with is death or not, and they may feel compelled to do it. So tremendous drama will be in this case between, I think, that tension between the normal tendency to believe that a young jury would not send another young person like Jodi Arias to the death penalty because they would feel identified with her, especially since they're all female. That may be a calculation of this defense team in doing so. On the other hand, they may feel for Travis and what happened to him and impose the death penalty. So drama will ensue for the rest of this trial, I think. The defense left on a couple of jurors who we know had domestic violence in their past. Maybe because a defense that Jodi Arias has put forward was that she was a victim of domestic violence, and they're hoping that they will identify with her. Although you may know my opinion of this, that I think that the defense of domestic violence in this particular case was clearly a sham, and that anybody who's a real victim of domestic violence will see that Jodi was no victim here. All you had to do at the last trial was watch Jodi testify on cross-examination with Juan Martinez and see she could hold her own. Now that won't happen in this case, so we're going to see how that mitigating factor will be played. In fact, the judge went over other mitigating factors that this jury would have to consider. That Jodi has some form of mental disease, that even the state's expert diagnosed her with a personality disorder. So those kinds of things have to be considered, as well as maybe the domestic violence, things like that. So we're going to see. It's a very interesting morning here. We're ready for openings next up after a 10-minute break, and I'll give you another update after then. Stay tuned, Gold Patrollers.